Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katie, and today I am doing a Christian nonfiction book review on Waiting Isn't a Waste by Mark Vroegop. Thank you to Crossway for sending me this book to read and talk about with you all. I am just so happy I requested to read this one because I never request nonfiction books unless it's something that I really need at the time or I feel like others need during this time. And this is a book where you could literally read at any time in your life, and I feel like it would really help you because, as the author states later on in this book, we are all waiting. It's not just us personally, which it is. We are waiting for whatever, for eternity, for our health, for situations, for a new home, a husband, a new job. All of us are in a waiting season, and there's literally nobody who is not waiting for something. And so he goes along the lines of how we can wait as individuals, but also as a church and as a Christian community, and how we can help each other during those hard times. And I felt this was very relative, especially to nowadays, when he also says, which is I totally agree, is that we live in a society where we want things now. We want things done right away, and we aren't wanting to wait for God's timing because we live in a world where literally everything is at our fingertips. And we have to kind of relearn and rework our brains and our spirit to gravitate towards the Lord and towards his word during these times of waiting. And I really liked it because the author was talking about his own struggles with waiting and how he used to get anxiety and anger and fear over different situations, and learning along the way how different techniques getting closer with the Lord has helped him along the way. And it was just really good. It's very short. It's only about 110 pages, and there's also questions at the end of each chapter, which I haven't done the questions only because I want my mom to read this as well, and my dad too. I mean, he can as well. So I'm actually going to go back in again the second time around and answer the questions for myself as well. But each chapter just talks about I'm going to say what the chapters are. I don't know if they're in the front or not. Yes, they are. So the different chapters are honestly, waiting is hard. So he talks about how hard it is to wait. And he puts in Bible verses talking about other people who had to wait a really long time, or other characters in the Bible who struggled with that waiting, with that hardship. And then frequently, waiting is common. Obviously, we're all waiting for something. And then thoughtfully, waiting is biblical. And that's when he dives even deeper into different passages about waiting. And I also like that, sometimes he goes into the original Hebrew, saying I think there was a verse on waiting patiently, but when actually the Hebrew words, actually it says something like waiting and constantly waiting or something, and patiently was actually added in later. So yeah, biblical characters sometimes didn't wait patiently, or they always cried out to God. And it's just like nowadays. And then we have thoughtfully, oh no, I already did that one. Patiently, waiting is slow. Of course, even if it's a day, a month, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, waiting is slow. And then intentionally, waiting is commanded, which is true. We are commanded to wait on the Lord and to wait for his timing. And yes, it's tough, but God will, of course, come to our aid and help us. And then collectively, waiting is relational, and that's when he goes into the whole idea of waiting as a Christian community. And then of course the inclusion and our conclusion, and embracing our waiting and looking at it in a different way rather than resorting to anxiety or stress or fear or many other different reactions. Some of the tips that he has for us in here can maybe help you. And this is definitely something I see myself rereading time and again, because it does, I saw a lot of tidbits in here where it's like, oh, memorizing verses that pertain to your particular waiting, and to memorize those and to meditate on those words of God and to take it slow, take time to breathe in God's presence and to meditate on his word. And I just thought it was a really great book, and I definitely will be passing this along to the rest of my family if they want to read it, and I definitely will be reading it again. And I can honestly see possibly that this would be a great gift for somebody if you know somebody who is in that time of waiting. I think this is a great gift for anybody. All right, so I will link this down below where you can purchase it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video.